What's going on, bulls? I'll do a quick market update because the price action is important right now. There seems like there's not much going on in a sense of a bit of a flatlining Bitcoin price as seen in the chart right there, but there is actually psychologically a war going on, and that war is between the bulls and the bears. That war is between big money and retail money, and that war is between the emotions of FOMO and greed. So the situation is if you're in the group and you're watching the posts regularly, and if you're taking notice of crypto flat bickies, then you would have realized that we're on an uptrend when we first made it clear that we're in uptrend back in July. But for general retail who have been hurt over the last year and have closed the CoinSpot accounts, closed all their crypto exchanges, everything, and not wanted to even hear about it, licking their wounds, it takes time for the rumors that crypto is pumping to circulate around the smoko tables and between families and friends. So what may seem like old news to you can definitely be new news to the general population. So and the sheep that get slaughtered, unfortunately. So what we're looking at here, I'll just systematically break this down. We'll try and keep it as quick as possible. Just keep it nice and short, and then we'll do the big on-chain one tomorrow, and then we'll got the screen share on Thursday. But we'll just smack through this. So basically, what we see in most times, I'll give you a very short example here. Bitcoin chart, right? This Bitcoin price action, US dollars, and like we posted today in the daily briefing, when price pokes its head over key areas, for example, this key area being 25k, and on Ethereum it was 2k. These key areas, these significant prices, be it poking the head over certain patterns that everybody's watching, things that are trending on Twitter, certain prices, you'll hear more people say, I'm bullish over 25k, or I'm bullish if we break above 25k. People say that sort of stuff. People get bullish. People think that the price is going up. People start putting the bets that the price is going to go up when the price is already up. That's how the psychology works behind that. So when we poke our head above, this is a daily chart, so a full day, typically a weekend, like Sunday, like what we talked about, Sunday or Monday, over the weekend, retail FOMO is back into crypto. But the thing that I'm pointing out is traps. So you remember back here where it's like everybody's saying once we break all-time highs, Bitcoin's going to 100k. It broke all-time highs, a second wave, trapped, and this doesn't last long, these traps. So there's the key area important, the all-time high that we made in April, 14th of April, and then this is a daily chart. Remember, 1 day above it, 2 days above it, 3 days above it, second try, a week above it. That's enough for a complete distribution, and then bang, massive, like nearly 50% or something like that. So what would be a key area that people will be watching to get completely distributed on by the big money would be 25k, psychologically round number, 30k, the 30k mark. I'm bullish after 30k, or above this key resistance area here at 31,333.5 ish. But you can see these candle closes here. Then there'll probably be some significant price action number. Yeah, see a resting support, boom, 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 around this area is the key area for support and resistance, and it'll be watched. So basically, it's the way these markets are set up is when peak amount of people have FOMO'd in at the top, it's time to turn around. So this would be a good place for a top, but it wouldn't be the best place for a top. So the best place for a top would be higher, obviously, would be here, would be when we're starting to put in, poking our heads, breaking above. If we went like this, all right, and then we spend a bit of time here in that key distribution area for like a week, and fully distributed further down, that would take the most amount of money from the most amount of people, that sort of business right there. But this is enough, but it definitely could be worse for the people. But it could be more significant than this. If we flick over to things like the dollar, right, we need the dollar to be trending down. It's starting to break above this bull flag. So not that good for Bitcoin. The dollar, the strength of the US dollar. So as this trends up, typically risk assets trend down. You'll see it's basically exactly inverse to Bitcoin. Another thing that obviously we're watching is the stock market. So stock market's done that similar thing. It's done that thing where there's been key areas that everybody's watching, bus above, 1, 2, 3, another one here, key area, hitting massive overhead resistance. So these areas, these 42, did a poke above 40, yeah, see, like it just reaches 4,300. That's a massive psychologically key area. Plus you've got all these resistance candle closes, this area, everybody's watching it, pokes its head above there, massive rising wedge pattern, pokes its head above that, everyone's bullish, stocks are going crazy. Bear market rallies are the most hectic of all rallies, that's the saying. Things to watch. So this is a good time for a turnaround, but then it doesn't necessarily mean this shorter term uptrend is going to stop. So I mean, obviously anything can happen, but I'm just laying out the facts right now. And the facts right now is this is a good spot on the dollar to keep running, start trending up, breaking above this bull flag. It's a good spot for the stock market and for Bitcoin to turn around. As you can see, we've got 1, 2, 3 red days so far. So the turnaround has basically begun. You would have noticed that in the Trade Ideas chat, cleaning out all those take profit reminders, like over the weekend, just remember to take profit on all your altcoins if they're up. This is a key area of resistance, and we're likely going to have some downside. So there's a few other things that are still quite bullish. If we look on the daily chart, momentum's starting to swing down, but if we look on the weekly chart, momentum's still charging up. So that's about as bullish as the stochastic can look, coming off the lows, raging erection off the lows on the weekly, just like that. Coming into a contracting volatility, which is an upside move on a zoomed out space, plus probably the moving averages. If we flick on the 200 week moving average, it's still a support. It's a support above 23k, and that, so zoomed out on like a medium term time frame, it is bullish systems are still go, but on the shorter term time frame, things are ready for a pullback. And can a pullback bleed into larger term time frames, turning everything around from here? Fucking oath it can. So caution, and just remembering that, how long has this been? So date range 59 days, so basically 2 months of up only. And we've just been making literally the definition of a trend. So remember we drew this, Bitcoin loves 4s, and then 5s, it become the warning lights start flashing, and that's what we've said. And this is what's going on. We make the 5th, so 1 high, 2nd higher, 3rd higher high, 4th higher high, 5th higher high. That's number 5 goes right there. Warning flashing lights, momentum starts turning down, the volatility is coming back to a contraction. So this is sort of showing you that this may have been just a bullshit basically, and turn around. These long wicks to the upside are not good signs. That's extreme. That's distribution. That's waiting for price to gain momentum, start trying to the upside again above the 25k mark, like we said, and then fucking big money just absolutely dropping in on it. So that's that. We'll just check the liquidity maps and the funding rate real quick just to wrap this up, and then I'll tell you a quick thing about the altcoins as well. If we zoom out a bit on the funding rate, we can see that there's been shitloads of green. This is aggressive longing, so bulls have been aggressive. Bulls are still aggressive. So as long as this is still green and the market starts trending down, this is adding fuel to the fire. So if people are aggressively betting that it's going to go up, it just gives all the more reason for it to keep going down. So waiting for the general consensus, see why this is green there. People are betting this is going to go up from here aggressively. See, it's sharply increasing right there. It's a bit hard to see. You can make it look a bit brighter, but see how this green's rising here, the 4-hour chart. Even if we zoom in a bit more, see it's rising. It just gives fuel to the fire. People are like, I'm trying to time the bottom. People are trying to time the bottom, and they're just going to lose their money. So if we flick over to the liquidity maps, if they load, remembering that you can request these at any time if I'm available, or one of the other boys will chuck it on. Damn. So this is on FTX. This is Bitcoin all leverage. You can see just huge amounts of longs need to get washed out. There is a bit of a cluster forming, obviously, in an important area in the 24 to 25k range. If this is on FTX, if we flick over to Binance, I'm sure it'd be far more populated. Yeah, damn. That's busy. Look, these wicks are going up to $1.5 billion here. That is 1.8 billion. That is 1.8 billion both sides basically. So you can see there's a war going on right now. Another retest of 25k, wipe all those out, and then a big long run down to lower prices would be easily done. You might see some volatility coming soon. That's what that says to me. Just in regards to the altcoins, if you're dying on jumping in, foaming on into the altcoins, just wait for a down tick, right? So I'm just going to click on something random here, Mana. So I've just flicked over to Mana. Mana being one of the first ones I've clicked. Decentraland, an altcoin. If we look, we've got the 12-hour chart here. You can see if we flick over to the stochastic momentum, this is free on TradingView, very easy to use. Just look at something simply like this. If you just want to buy the dips, you think it's going to keep going up. Look, see when it flicks down below this line that I drew at 15, right there, 15. This horizontal line. See how it goes below there? Bang. Goes below, bang. Goes below, bang. Like buy there, buy on them. If you just want to keep it fully simple, just buy altcoins on 12-hour extremely low stochastic momentums. Just buy the dips, buy the dips, buy the dips. If that's what you want to do, if you think that the market's going to continue trending up, just buy when stochastic momentum. You pick the time frame. You see, obviously, if you zoom in on the lower time frame, you get a lot more opportunities. Bangs, 4 hour there. You pick the time frame and then just jump on when the momentum's down. Don't buy tops, don't buy tops. I hope that's cleared a few things out for you, remembering that we are in an uptrend, so I would not be surprised at all if we get some fucking massive green candles and then find a real spot to fuck people over. I don't think this is gonna fuck enough people over yet, but it would fuck people over, so it could happen. Just keep that in mind, and just be cautious. Buy these pullbacks. If we get a pullback, something like this or something, back down to this bottom channel. That's a great longing opportunity right there, because then we've done the wave. Like here, I'll show you one last thing. It's getting a bit long here, getting a bit too long here, but I'll show you one last thing, right? Alright, we just flicked over to the line chart on the weekly. You can see how price action acts. It likes to do a couple of tests. It likes to try things more than once. It likes to take a couple of bites. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. It likes to have a couple of. That was COVID back there, so obviously not so much. But we've just come down, and we don't even know. The market hasn't made a decision whether or not it's going to put in a higher low or a lower low. It'll probably be more like this though if it's a lower low. But the market hasn't decided on a low yet, which is very important to do. It's very, very rare when you just get a full V-shaped recovery, like bang bang. Fucking see you later. Bye. This was COVID. This was the COVID crash, right in the middle of a fucking perfectly good uptrend. So that doesn't count. Black swan event, they call it. So just remember that a low hasn't been put in. It may be a higher low. And they turn the money printer back on and we fucking continue up. Could be a lower low, but the market needs to find out where the low is. It's very important. So that will come. Most likely, we'll see. So have a good rest of your week. I hope that's cleared a few things up for you. It has for me. And peace and love, and I'll see you on tomorrow's video.